In the heart of Isleworth, Middlesex, nestled within a quiet neighborhood, 3 feline friends named Timmy, Binky, and Wiggy lived in close proximity. Their houses, lined up next to each other, faced a shared backyard. What made their lives particularly interesting was their unique location directly beneath the flight path to Heathrow Airport. Each day, they would gather near the garden fence, their eyes fixed upon the sky as planes from far-flung corners of the world descended and took off. They marveled at the vastness of the world, wondering where all these travelers were headed, what adventures awaited them, and what far-off lands they would explore. Timmy, the eldest with sleek black fur and an insatiable curiosity, was often found perched on his windowsill, watching planes glide overhead. He yearned to bask in the Egyptian sun near the pyramids or traverse the neon-lit streets of Tokyo. Binky, a tabby of boundless energy with patches of orange and white, had an impish streak. She darted about her living room, eyes glued to the window as planes streaked past. Binky daydreamed of savoring croissants at a Parisian cafe or chasing fireflies in Kyoto's tranquil gardens. Wiggy, the youngest of the trio, possessed a fluffy grey coat and wide, innocent green eyes. He tottered to the window whenever the distant hum of a plane reached his ears. In Wiggy's fantastical mind, he envisioned himself leaping through the Amazon rainforest or curling up for a nap in an ancient Irish castle. Their shared longing for adventure brought them even closer together. One bright morning, as they lounged under the shade of a cherry blossom tree in Timmy's backyard, a daring idea sparked in Timmy's mind. "Why don't we embark on an adventure of our own?" Timmy proposed, his eyes gleaming with excitement. Binky and Wiggy exchanged intrigued glances. "But how?" Binky inquired, tilting her head. Timmy smiled mysteriously. "I've heard whispers from the neighborhood birds. There's an underground tunnel, an ancient passage forgotten by time, which leads to Heathrow Airport. Legend has it that if we navigate it well, we might just find a way to hop on a plane ourselves." Binky's eyes sparkled with mischief, while Wiggy's tail fluffed with anticipation. Together, they embarked on their audacious journey, squeezing through narrow tunnels, brushing aside cobwebs, and marveling at relics from a bygone era. After an adventure that seemed to last an eternity, they finally emerged into the heart of Heathrow Airport. The place buzzed with life, travelers hustling to catch their flights, luggage carts rolling by, and planes taxiing on the runways. The trio stood in awe, their hearts racing as they watched planes adorned with colorful logos taking off and landing. Timmy, Binky, and Wiggy settled by the runway, their tails twitching with excitement. As the sun dipped below the horizon, a kind-hearted airport worker noticed the 3 cats, their eyes riveted on the planes. He chuckled and approached them. "You 3 seem to have quite the hunger for adventure, don't you?" Timmy, Binky, and Wiggy gazed up at the man, their hearts pounding. The worker grinned. "Well, what if I told you that I could help you make your dreams come true? There's a pet-friendly airline about to depart for Paris. Would you like to join the journey?" The cats exchanged ecstatic glances and nodded vigorously. With the airport workers' assistance, Timmy, Binky, and Wiggy found themselves seated comfortably in a corner of an airplane, peering out the window as London's glittering lights faded into the clouds. As the plane ascended into the night sky, the 3 friends huddled together, grateful for the unexpected turn their lives had taken. As they settled in for the flight, they couldn't help but feel a sense of wonder at the adventures awaiting them in the city of love, Paris. The hum of the engines and the thrill of the adventure ahead sent shivers of delight down their furry spines. With every passing moment, they grew closer to the enchanting city of Paris. Little did they know that this was just the beginning of their journey, one that would lead them to countless new places, thanks to their boundless curiosity and a touch of feline magic. Upon landing at Charles de Gaulle Airport, the cats were whisked away in a chauffeur-driven car to a luxurious Parisian hotel. The plush beds, velvet curtains, and chandeliers were a stark contrast to the garden they called home, but the cats reveled in a lap of luxury. Their adventure in Paris was nothing short of enchanting. They savored croissants at charming cafes, befriending a friendly artist who captured their feline grace on canvas. Paris was a dream come true. Their first day in Paris was spent exploring the cobbled streets of Montmartre. Timmy, Binky, and Wiggy watched street artists at work and even tried their paws at painting, leaving colorful strokes on a canvas set up in a charming alley. Their artwork attracted a small crowd of amused tourists who happily snapped photos of the artistic cats. On the second day, they visited the Louvre Museum. Binky's insatiable curiosity led them to a particularly valuable painting where, in an attempt to get a closer look, he accidentally knocked it off the wall. The painting remained miraculously unscathed, but the cats had to flee a horde of angry museum guards. They dashed through the corridors, giggling like mischievous schoolchildren. The Eiffel Tower was their destination on the third day. Timmy, Binky, and Wiggy boldly climbed the iconic structure, earning themselves the adoration of a group of tourists who cheered them on as they reached the top. From the tower's heights, they surveyed the city like the adventurous conquerors they felt they were. Day 4 saw the trio exploring the quaint streets of Montparnasse. They stumbled upon a bakery and indulged in a feast of croissants and macaroons. However, their feast attracted the attention of a group of alley cats who challenged them to a dance-off. Wiggy, the most agile of the group, twirled and spun, leaving their rivals in awe, and the alley cats declared them the dance champions of Paris. On their final day, the cats had a relaxing cruise along the Seine River. As they basked in the sun on the boat's deck, they reflected on their whirlwind adventure. Paris had been a canvas of mischief, fun, and enchantment, each experience etching a memorable mark on their hearts. They didn't have money for the return trip to Isleworth, and their daily expenses were depleting fast. As they pondered their predicament one afternoon beneath the Eiffel Tower, a friendly pigeon named Pierre overheard their plight. "Mon Amos, I couldn't help but overhear your dilemma," Pierre cooed sympathetically. "I have a cousin who works at Charles de Gaulle Airport. He might be able to help you find a way back home." Filled with gratitude, Timmy, Binky, and Wiggy followed Pierre to Charles de Gaulle Airport, where they were introduced to Pierre's cousin, Henri. Henri worked in the baggage handling department and was well acquainted with the intricacies of airport life. With Henri's guidance, they embarked on a journey back to Heathrow Airport. The kind-hearted airport worker from Heathrow, who had helped them before, was equally delighted to assist their return journey. He arranged for a pet-friendly flight that would take them back to their beloved Isleworth. The trio boarded the plane with excitement, their tails swishing in anticipation. As the plane soared through the skies, they peered out the windows, marveling at the fluffy white clouds that passed by. However, as they approached London's Heathrow Airport, dark storm clouds began to gather ominously in the distance. Soon enough, they found themselves in the midst of a major thunderstorm. Lightning crackled across the sky, and the plane was buffeted by strong winds. The pilots made the difficult decision to divert the flight to Liverpool, as landing in the midst of the storm at Heathrow was too risky.